MS, wow. A neurologist can give you the scientific terms of what MS is, about the neurons and the myelin coating and the exacerbations, and all I can tell you is it majorly wreaked havoc in my life. I was diagnosed in 2004, but once I was diagnosed, I realized that I'd actually had my first exacerbation when I lost my vision for the first time. I went to bed that night feeling like I had a cold or something like that, and I woke up the next morning and my vision just seemed kind of funny. I just started going like this. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, because my left eye had a complete black line through it. They eventually diagnosed me as having optic neuritis. I remember my neurologist telling me that now this could be the onset of multiple sclerosis or it could just be an isolated case. Well, my 21-year-old brain just heard optic neuritis. Okay, cool, I'm off. And I never thought about it again. So in 2004, I had a familiar situation happen again. I was at dinner that night and I kept brushing hair out of my eyes, and my husband kept saying, "There's no hair in your eyes." I'm like, "Yes, there is." And it was terrifying. At first I saw an ophthalmologist and went through all this battery of tests, and well, it turns out it was MS. Wow. I felt like life threw me a curveball, and I needed to figure out how to manage it. MS has depression as a factor of it, and my depression got so bad. There were points when I didn't leave my house for days at a time, wouldn't pick my kids up from school, had to have friends or family do it. I just wasn't participating in life anymore. And I felt like I'd lost everything. One thing I've learned battling my MS, I say battling my MS because it is a battle. You have to fight some of the things that are going on with you. And so finally my husband and I talked and we said, okay, if we're gonna do this, we may as well do this right. And let's look at Stanford. I remember my first appointment, I just cried. I think I cried because I was worn out. I was tired of the MS, and it was time to get back to taking care of myself and taking care of life. That's when I had my huge awakening. I had these professionals here to help me, and I really got questioned as to, are you in this or are you not? Do you want to fight this or do you not want to fight this? I kind of coined the term my personal board of executives, and that I needed to start getting some experts on my team. That started out with the professionals from the MS department at Stanford, the neurology department, and the eye clinic. It then grew to also include Stanford's mental health services. The other issue I had, I gained a lot of weight, and so it was finding a nutritionist. And I love Stanford for that. My grandma always told me there's no mistakes, there's only lessons. And I kind of feel that way about MS. It's not a mistake, it's a lesson. And I feel like I'm really learning out of it now. My life today looks entirely different than what I imagined it was going to look like 20 some odd years ago, but it's still a wonderful life.